Hey y'all. What was that? Hey y'all, let's cook some dinner. I had all these ingredients and we're getting ready to cook dinner. And I cooked it with this beautiful steak right here. Alright, so we go chop up our, what do you call these things? Broccoli. We're going to chop up our broccoli. And I cut off these fat stems because I don't like those parts. You can keep them on if you want to. I guess there are nutrients in them, but they're just so hard. So I chopped them off. Choppy, choppy, choppy. And I was also live. So if you caught my live, hey. If you didn't, that's okay. So I ended up having to do this voiceover instead of y'all hearing the audio from this video. Because I was on live. Like I said, I was on live on TikTok. And by the way, you can use a red onion if you want to. I had this regular onion, so I just used it. But anyways, I was on live on TikTok, and when I'm live on TikTok, I like to listen to music, and also people like to listen to music. Here's a station. Child, why my Alexa just turned on and kicked in talking about you want to listen to some music. No, I was not talking to you, girl. But anyways, I like to listen to music while I'm on TikTok live. And when I record these videos and put them on YouTube, YouTube does not like when I have music in the background. So I need to find an alternative. By the way, when you cut your onion in half, did you know you're supposed to cut into the hairy end? And that's how you get a perfect cut onion. I learned that from Food Network. But anyways, I need to find an alternative. Somebody said maybe play some live music, but I have yet to find like live music that I want to hear while I am cooking. Maybe I'll try that next time. I don't know. By the way, I need a new knife. This one is not cutting like I wanted to. I'm gonna have to look into that. Wait, I got these ones off Amazon. Somebody sent them to me, but we got them last year. So look, guys, just like it's not cutting like I wanted to. But anyways, this is how you slice your onion. See how you get nice little cubes there? This is a perfect way to cut an onion. I learned this, like I said, I learned it off Food Network from, I think it was Bobby Flay or Chef Ann. I don't know, but I learned it from them. But anyways, I got all these beautiful onions, put them in a bowl. Y'all, I was talking away on, I don't know what I was talking about. And then we got this beautiful portobello mushroom cap. I scooped all the insides out of it and then cut it into sticks, slices, sticks, dices. I learned that from Food Network too. That's how I tend to cut it. You cut them into slices first. That part was nasty. And then you bring them all together, or most of them, and then you dice them. Easiest way to cut. It's so easy and it takes absolutely no time. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to talk through this whole video. Probably not, because I'm already tired of talking. I already don't have stuff to say, so maybe it's just going to be quiet. I don't know. Anyways, I'm putting these veggies to the side. Actually, I put the mushrooms in with the onions off to the side in a little prep dish. Alright, so as you can see, I decided not to talk through the whole thing. But right here is where I was trying to get Ste'ce to come. And I don't know what he was doing. I think he was watching TV. But he kept looking at me and kept going back to the TV. I'm like, do you want to cook or not? And then he came. Look at my queen. She about to do her daughter's hair. Oh, I pulled it too tight. My bad, Sexy. Him with his little apron, he be so cute. All right, and we're going to get started by putting some oil in the pan. I think that was about a tablespoon. It looked like about a tablespoon. I don't know what Ste'ce be doing. He don't be measuring. And then we got our steak. Of course, wait until your oil is hot to put your steak in. And then once you put your steak in, it's going to make a round of applause. It's going to sound like, because it's so happy to be cooked. So it's clapping. So Ste'ce struggled getting that open, but he finally got it open. And now he's struggling getting it out. But hey, he figured it out. Oh, he was like, oh, that was a little loud. And he went way back there to drop it in. Like, boy, drop that meat in there. Thank you. And get that little corner. Thank you. Appreciate that. And so he just mixed it up a little bit. Make sure all the meat was separated. And that package would be all squished together, so we got to separate it. And then he said, let me go ahead and season this. This is just some pink Himalayan salt. And don't be stingy. Look, don't be stingy with your seasonings, all right? Because you got a lot of meat in the package. And you know some of it going to burn off. And he was like, I think these vegetables need some salt too. Let me go ahead and get it popping. And then this is just black pepper. Yeah, and he put a lot in here, but it turned out to be really good. So listen, do what the chef doing. Do what the chef doing. I wouldn't put that much, but okay. But this is basil. A little bit of that in and give it a little stir. And we got some thyme. And put some of that in there. This looked like about a half a teaspoon, maybe a quarter teaspoon. And he had to kiss it, put it back in there, make sure it was blessed. Make sure you kiss your spices to bless them. And give it a little stir again. Ste'ce's doing so good with his cooking. I'm so proud of him. And then he looked at my mushrooms and he was like, girl, you did not cut these good enough. So he started cutting them. And I'm like, okay, chef, do what you do. But if you was down here when I was prepping, when I was doing all this prep work and cutting and doing my mise en place, if you was down here, you would have been able to tell me that I didn't cut the mushrooms right. But no, you want to chill upstairs while I'm doing mise en place and then just come down for the fun part. Like, that ain't right. Anyways, so cook your steak until it's brown, and then you're going to take it out the pan. And this young man, he think he's slick because he want to eat the steak. But I said, no, you need to put it in a bowl first. And then I was like, all right, go ahead and get a little bit. And that's what he get, because I said a little bit. He trying to put the whole spoonful in his hand, but he burning his hand. So he like, let me get back. Let me just get a little bit, like she said. All right. And then I was like, now put the rest in the bowl. And he did that. Man, look, it is steaming, y'all. And this is a really good cut of steak, too. I use it very often on a lot of recipes. It always works out. All right. In the same pan, we put in some more oil. And then we going to cook our broccoli. Look how beautiful and green that broccoli is. The oil was oiling. It was hot, and he put it in, and he got scared, so he got back. And I put a timer for him, and we just sauteed them until they was nice and crispy. I don't like no mushy vegetables, so I just let them do their thing in the pan. And I don't cook them too long, because we're going to put them back in with the sauce and everything, so you'll see it come together. Okay, here's the onions and the mushroom. They going in the same pan. We also put some more oil in there. And don't worry about that. And one thing about Ste'ce is he gonna wash these dishes as he go. This is Worcestershire sauce, about 3 tablespoons. And then this is balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar. That's a big word for Elmo. It's about 3 tablespoons as well. He was trying to lick this bowl, which he did. And I was like, if you don't wash that bowl, stop playing with me. All right, next going in is mustard. It was supposed to be Dijon mustard, but I didn't have any. So it's just regular yellow mustard. And it was just as good. But if you have Dijon, go ahead and use that. And that's about a teaspoon of mustard right there. And then this is water, which I was using that to make it kind of like a soupy consistency. But Ste'ce had other plans. And when I say Ste'ce had other plans, you'll see in a minute. Watch what he do. Because this is not in the recipe at all. Well, this is. And I told him to put the cheese. And this is just some pepper jack. Some pepper jack shredded cheese. And going right in the pan. That is about a half a bag. So I think a cup of cheese. Okay, this the part that was not in the recipe. Sir, what is you doing with that heavy cream? And he said, no, Mom. This is how you supposed to do it. You're supposed to put the cheese in the heavy cream. Why? I don't know. But listen, y'all. It's coming together. He know what he doing. I hope he know what he doing. And of course, he got to have some cheese for Ste'ce. Because the cheese was almost gone anyway. Might as well go ahead and eat the last little crumbs. Alright, so he put this cream in the recipe. And I was like, Ste'ce, what are you doing? This is not how the recipe is supposed to go. This is not how it's supposed to go at all. The recipe did not say to put no heavy cream in there. But listen, y'all, it's going to come together. Ste'ce said, trust me, Mom. The heavy cream go in there. And then he was like, this is not enough cheese. So he got this slice of provolone cheese. And I really do love me some provolone. But this was for my sandwiches, my ham and cheese sandwiches. But he was like, no, this cheese need to go in the recipe. And let me tell you, when it comes to that piece is for him. Don't worry about that piece that he kissed. That's for him. He said, one for me, the rest for the recipe. But anyway, when it comes to a mushroom dinner, if you have provolone cheese, get it in there. That cheese went so well with these mushrooms. I'm telling you, it was so good. But anyway, I digress. So, Ste'ce was like, what about this one? I was like, nah, see, now you're doing too much. So I told him to put it back. So he he ripped up the cheese into little 4 pieces and put it inside the pan. I think he ripped it up so that it would melt more evenly or whatever. But I'm not really sure because this is Chef Ste'ce's show at this point. So, and then you got to take a little bite of your cheese and clean out your bowl. This is Chef Ste'ce's recipe at this point because everything else I told him to do except for this cheese and this heavy cream. So at this point, this is his recipe. He said, Mom, your recipe is okay, but I don't think you're doing it right. It's definitely missing something. And that's what a good chef does. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what he doing in this here cabinet. But look at this cheese. It's cheese if he don't hold that pot. This cheese and mixture is just, it's just looking so scrumptious, y'all. So I had him put the steak back in the dish. And of course, he had to eat something for Ste'ce. So the steak going back in the mixture with the mushrooms, the onions, the cheese, the heavy cream, all that stuff that Ste'ce put in there. And you just give it a good little stir. And then it came out looking like this over some rice. It was a little soupy, but it was good.